Welcome into the live stream here for McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal in Oxford. That's Tyler Siskey there in Arlington, Texas. How are you?
Doing good, sir. How are you, man?
Man, I'm good. Getting better. Kind of fighting a little the stuff that I think went around up here in the last week or so. I think I sort of got it, but I'm on the good side of it. I think at this point. How's life in Texas?
I think I'm immune. You know, I had so many BCAAs and electrolytes that I think it, and all the vitamin B and, you know, I would say vitamin D, but I'd set myself up there. But hey, but I think I'm good. I think I warded all the bad juju off. So made it last night. We'll talk about it here in a minute. Made it last night in the wonderful city of Arlington, Texas, and getting everything set up today and rocking and rolling, man. It's been quite an eventful, quite an eventful 24 hours. I've been rolling and going.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right, well, we'll get rolling here. The show here on this Monday. It's February the 16th. Hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day weekend. I hope all the people at Hallmark enjoyed the big day.
Yeah, it was a great Valentine's Day. My wife and I, we went and watched a baseball game. That's quality time. Got to get that QT in.
That's part of it. You know.
So I have my rain cans behind me, as you can see. I got the white haze. I don't know which side I'm on. Yeah, white haze. When I look at the camera, I'm backwards here. I got the white haze on one. I got the sherbet on the other. So we got the logos in the back. We're rock and rolling, man. I mean, just watch out. I mean, I got 87 freaking monitors in this office, dude. I look like I could be a day trader right now.
It looks good though. Looks good. You're Are you in the same building where New Heisel is?
Yes. Yeah. So we're all in the same building.
He gave a tour of the Dallas Renegades office on Instagram.
Okay.
I wondered if y'all were in the same spot.
Yeah, I will probably do that. I'm sure Cole will love the content. I'll probably do that. We got right now, as you know, my head coach that I work for loves to move stuff around and things like that. So we spent the first part of the morning. We came in the office and now we're in the renovation stage. We're moving shit around. So right now it's not a whole lot to look at right now. It's a big open, we've got offices and stuff like that, but we're putting everything together in the team rooms, meeting rooms, and all that stuff. So we'll do that. We'll do that.
What Coach McCarron wants, Coach McCarron gets. That's the way this works.
Yeah, he's right there. So like if we start yelling really loud, he's on the other side of this wall. Like his office and I are next to each other, so we can yell at each other through the. That'll make everybody jump a little bit. We can yell at each other through the wall.
Yeah, when you tell him to pull it out, he's going to get a little.
Oh, I don't know if he's back yet. Now we just got back from the ballpark at Arlington, so I don't know if he's back yet, but I'm sure he'll probably peek his head in. Oh, I'll get my fingers backwards again. He'll pop his head in that door probably right there just a little bit. So
all right, we'll get rolling. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Welcome into episode 345 of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal McCready in the Clark Ford Studios here in Oxford, Mississippi. That is Tyler Siskey, the Birmingham Stallions offices in Arlington, Texas, here on this Monday, February the 16th. Hope everyone had a phenomenal Valentine's Day weekend as we head into the second half of February, get closer to March, which, of course, brings March Madness. It brings the start of the Major League Baseball season. And, of course, who could possibly forget, it brings us closer and closer to the day when the Birmingham Stallions absolutely murder the Louisville.
Oh, there you go again.
Destroy them. We're going to gut them like the dirty fish that they are. Right there.
Well, just remember now we're all in the same building. So when you piss them off, they just have to come down one. I think they're on the floor right above us. And they just have to come down one floor. That's all they got to do.
Fellas, I'm right here. Come and get me.
Yeah, right. No, I'm on the floor below them. You are safe.
I'll say it right to your face.
Yeah, I think Kevin Sumlin's on this hall. I saw Ted Ginn Jr. We rode the elevator up this morning. So yeah, we get everything rock and rolling, man. So, but Neal, you know what?
First, before you start, let me tell you, this show brought to you by our friends at Rain Total Body Fuel. 300 milligrams of natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, zero sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits, achieve your goals. Check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more.
Neal, I've already had a rainbow sherbet and an orange Valencia Storm today, so I figured in the interest of me trying to be nice to everybody here today, and not getting too cranky and too out of control today, I'm just going to participate in two rainstorms today, or two rains, one fully leaded and one rainstorm. But Neal, let me tell you something. That sherbet was on point this morning. It was beautiful. And Neal, as you may already know, and you may already guess, the Kia. I got to figure out if I can get loud in here or not. You'll see how many people we can get looking in the windows. The Kia of Meridian Chat is already bumping. And right now, Neal, it's tax time. Tax time is here. And what does tax time come with? It comes with a refund.
Oh, refunds.
And that. But for most people, it comes with a refund. Those people that can't hide money like you have to pay it. But everybody else gets a refund. And that refund, it's begging. It's just begging. It's saying, oh, please let me be a down payment. That's what it's doing. It's saying, please let me be a down payment. And right now, you can get $3,000 off the Kia Sorento, 2025 Kia Sorento. Perfect for the family, the grind, and everything in between. And right now, which is one of my favorites, I encourage everyone to do. You go see Trav. You say, Trav, I want that Telluride. I passed about 5 of them yesterday driving down here. But hey, Trav, I passed a whole truck full of Tellurides. And Trav, I want that Telluride, and he's going to hook you up for 0% APR. That's right, 0%. And if you're watching your monthly payment, you can get that K4 starting as low as $349 a month, because it's your refund, it's your ride, and it's your move. So don't sit on that tax money. Drive it home in a Kia of Meridian today. And you know what, Neal? Right before you I'm just gonna rattle these windows. Right before you get that Kia Meridian and you get in that car, right before that, you're gonna go to Trav. You're gonna say, hey, Trav, pull it on out, Trav, and let me spin the wheel. And win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more. So check them out at Kia of Meridian. Neal, we're also brought to you, if you can't see by the hat, I'm rocking the County Line Campers hat inside the UFL headquarters today. We're brought to you by the official RV dealer, McCready Siskey. Who is that, you may ask? It's County Line Campers, and right now they have a huge annual RV Garage sales event going on right now through Fat Tuesday. So you got like 2 days to go by and see Rob down at County Line Campers. And when you buy any new RV from County Line Campers, they're throwing in a free Yeti Tundra cooler. That's right. Not just a kind of like Yeti, a real keep it in ice for days, hide it from your brother-in-law Yeti. So whether you're tailgating, camping, beaching, hunting, fishing, or trying to keep your drinks cold from one of the kids' baseball games, they got you covered. So check out all the deals at countylinecampers.com. And don't forget to follow on all the social media platforms located right there in the metropolis of Gulfport, Mississippi. I-10, exit 38, open 7 days a week. How about that?
How about that?
Let's get a how about that?
So you drove from Oxford to Arlington yesterday? Was it a one-day drive?
I did. It was actually not that bad. I didn't realize that. So I guess from Oxford you can go south through Jackson and then catch 20 over, or you can go through
kind of Little Rock, Memphis. But not quite go to Little Rock, right?
I went right around the outskirts of it, but so I went the Memphis, Arkansas route yesterday to Texas, and loved it because the speed limits on the interstates are 75. So your boy set it nice and high and let it ride. So I got here. I actually only had about 7 hours of drive time. So I mean, I was rolling, but stopped a little bit and all that, and then but yeah, got about 7 hours of drive time. Then rolled on through. Got here late last night. AJ and I got settled in our place last night, and then came up here this morning. and trying to get, we had to get computers set up and monitors and getting the meeting room set up, staff room set up, and all that. So we basically, I can't do it today because I don't have the appropriate setup here, but we'll do a walkthrough, and you'll probably come down here at some point in time. We'll drag you down here. But when you come in, we're on the second floor. Shout out second floor. And it's a giant. I mean, it's basically a really wide open area that has, basically meeting rooms. It's a huge office, basically a huge office space. All the teams here, leagues here, everybody's here. And it's kind of crazy to me. I didn't realize how close everything was. And so we're right here next to like the old, it's now called Choctaw Stadium, but the old ballpark at Arlington, the old Ranger Stadium, which is right across the street. And then Globe Life, the brand new one, butts up to that. And then across the street from Globe Life is AT&T Stadium. So everything, we're right here together. We practice at the old ballpark, the Choctaw Stadium. We practiced there, went by there today. Locker room, checked the locker room set up, and got geared out. The No Bull shoes. No Bull sponsors all the shoes. New Era's doing all the clothes.
So does everyone practice at that stadium?
No, just us, and I believe either Columbus. I think Columbus Aviators. So we practice in the afternoons. They practice in the mornings. Okay. So those 2 days, and then you have, so after practice, they have weights, and so they got the weight rooms. Actually, I thought they were here. They're actually set up at the stadium they have actually 3 different weight rooms, and you'll put like the O-line, D-line on one, mid skill players, mid skill, and then so you have 3 different strength coaches doing 3 different workouts at the same time, and three different weight rooms.
What are you? Sorry to say we. I'm not.
You're part of the coaching staff. You just don't know it yet.
What are we doing about the situation with Louisville being 1 floor above us and how they're known to cheat? What are we doing about that? I'm concerned.
Good question. We've already had this discussion today. It's like, for your boy, you don't need any binoculars to go floor to floor, Neal. Right. No binoculars needed, right?
Yeah, so I'm worried about it.
We got these access badges that let us in. That everything's locked up. But yeah, your boy's not going to be having a whole lot of stuff. I'm going to have like Nicolas Cage did, and have the water you throw on top of the board, when you leave every day, and black light it. We'll figure it out. We gotta have everything locked down pretty good for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Watergate was initially hatched in Louisville, and you just have to be so careful, because you just don't know who's going to sneak in, bug the place. How do you know your place isn't bugged?
It probably is. There's cameras everywhere, so that's the good thing. There are cameras everywhere, so it's locked down pretty good. I do have to apologize to all UFL officials. So there is a head coach parking lot, and there is an assistant coach parking lot. I am parked in the head coaching parking lot right now, so I'm probably taking up somebody's space because I don't know how to get to the other parking lot. I don't know how to get behind the building. There's too many. It's very confusing. So I'll try to figure that out here in the next 24 to 48 hours. So somebody's probably mad.
Hearing is that there's already scandal within the Birmingham Stallions, that there's a debate who should be the head coach and the offensive coordinator.
No, there's none of that. I'm letting him. He's getting to do all that fun stuff. Yeah, he gets to do all the fun stuff. No, it's good. It's a good setup, and we'll get the guys in here. They'll report. I think Friday. They'll actually report Friday, and then start doing the conditioning test and those things, physicals and all that stuff. And then our first practice will be Monday.
So, what's not asking you to give me details, but what's the Airbnb like? Were you pleased? Were you guys are going to be living for a while, or is it?
Yeah, no, it's nice. Yeah, AJ, and shout out. First of all, AJ didn't do anything, so shout out to Catherine. Okay, Catherine picked it out, so shout out to Catherine. Very nice.
Wouldn't you rather Catherine do it than AJ, though? I mean, in all seriousness,
1,000%.
I mean, I'm just saying.
The only drawback is that my bedroom, I feel like I'm sleeping on the sidewalk of a local street. Like, it's very loud, and your boys kind of, the ears have gotten accustomed to Oxford. You know what I mean? And so I'm used to the quiet, and then not used to the big city sounds yet. So Yeah, it's no, but it's good, and it's about where I mean it's everything's tight. It was zero point 0.9 miles from the Airbnb to the office today. Like we're
That's
right
not
here.
bad.
Yeah, so we're right on top of everything. So won't be a whole lot of driving. I know some guys are staying out a little bit farther. We got a couple guys around this area. Some guys are staying a little further. So yeah, it's and then the players be in the hotel.
So what's y'all's
So
situation with like eating and stuff? Are you gonna cook? Is y'all have a grill? AJ, are you going out to eat? What do y'all?
well, AJ won't cook anything. So let's get that straight. I don't know if AJ's ever cooked anything. I've never even asked him. I don't know if he can cook. So, um, that will be to be determined. I threw him off a little while ago, just a second ago, because we were leaving the stadium. He's like, "Hey, let's go get something to eat." I said, "I got to go do some work," and he was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, what is that?" So, I think I threw him off a little bit with that. So, I think they went to go get some barbecue. There was a barbecue joint they're going to get, and so I came back, did some work, and rocking and rolling, man. Got everything set up to where I can quick you it and I can stallions it. Like I said, I got 5 monitors in here, so we got all kinds of stuff going on. They're all can't see them, but they're all over here.
So players report Friday, conditioning test, and then this time next week you'll be out on the practice field.
That is correct. It'll be here before you know it. So it's and then we're doing we do Zooms at night with the players for install and stuff like that. So they'll be ready to go. There won't be it's not like, hey, this is a huddle. They'll know everything to do when we get here, so we can just kind of, because we don't have long, so we're finishing up install tonight, so it'll be in after tonight.
So you'll have less than 5 weeks before you go beat Louisville.
Before we go play Louisville, yes, on 7 o'clock Central, Fox, March 27th, Friday night.
Can't wait.
So, oh yeah, I know you can. I'm sure.
Friday
night. Yeah, I'm excited for everybody to just walk down the hall and try to throw things at me and call me McCready. Hey, where's that McCready guy at? No, he's in Oxford. He's not here. I'm just going to act like I don't know who they're talking about.
Muhammad had the fight with was it Ken Norton? They called it the Thrill in Manila, I think.
Yeah.
They've already come up with a name for in Louisville for what's coming on March 27th.
What's that?
We quit.
Wow.
No mas.
Man.
No mas. Part do.
What are we doing? You're just
killing them. You're going to beat them. I mean, I don't know. Someone said the line's 47.5, and I said lay them.
Yeah, Brock let me know before we left that the early betting lines have come out, and we are the favorite to win the league.
Oh, hell yeah! Of course we are. Why would we not be?
Yeah. So
why would we not be?
I'm sure now I'll just have gamblers mad at me too. We'll have everybody mad at me. We just got to, you're
gonna get a taste of the other side of all the gambling stuff when the players are like, man, people take this gambling thing pretty seriously. Like that'd be bad. Yeah.
But I am going on record. I will say this. I am going on record saying this. If I hear anybody taking the team total under for the Birmingham Stallions, I take that as a personal attack. I take that as an agenda attack. I'll take that shit personal. So we're not doing that shit. So yeah, I'm not. I will take any team total unders on the Stallions. I'm taking it as a personal jab, and I'm going to do everything I can to ruin your life.
Well, I can tell you that when I come to the games, I'm there to see points. I'm there to see. I'm not there. I'm not there to see fundamentally sound defense. I'm there to see points. Yeah.
I did tell Scherer though. I said, look, man, if you just hold them 3 points, we'll win every game because we can kick a 4-point field goal now.
No shit.
Yeah, 60 yards plus is 4 points.
Oh wow.
Oh, Neal. So you were. I did the thing on was that Friday? So yeah, so it's put in a whole new clock management like strategy. Like you really got to think about it. So anytime inside the 2-minute warning, okay, you can punt whenever, right? If you need to punt, but if it's outside of 2 minutes and you cross the 50, no punts.
Oh,
no punts. And
so if you're the opponent 48, you have to go for it.
Yeah, so depending on like
you just get somebody to intentionally jump and get the 5-yard penalty and then punt.
No, you cannot back up.
Oh, so penalty if you cross the 50, take a knee. You've crossed the 50.
Cross the 50, you've crossed the 50.
Oh,
And so it goes into like some clock management, right? So like if you're wanting somebody to punt and you're on defense, you'll burn, or if you may want to burn the timeouts on the other side of the 2 minute to force them to punt. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
or not punt, whatever you want to do, right? So like if you don't want to punt, or you don't want them to punt, you would burn your timeouts differently. So let's say it's like 3rd and 37, and they got the ball they've got a bunch of penalties, and it's 3rd and 37. Instead of just getting the ball back, they're going to run or whatever. Burn your timeouts and make them punt to you instead of, or make them go for it instead of punting. So there's strategy involved with that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's interesting.
Making them go for it on 4th and 37 instead of punting, stuff like that. So,
okay,
it's good. Got my first hoodie on, my first piece of gear I've worn since I got here.
I saw the uniform reveal. I had several people send me the uniform reveal. There were some people that were critical of all the gold. I like the gold.
I don't understand the people getting all upset about uniforms. Like things that don't bother me for a 500, Alex. I mean,
I just think when a team puts gold in their uniform, adds gold, they're saying, "Hey, we're going to win this bitch."
I knew where that was going. I just tossed myself up for that one. Good job.
I don't mind that. I don't mind confidence. You got AJ, you, Mason Brooks, Matt Corral. I mean, Snoop. I mean, who's beating you?
Ryder Anderson also on the team, by the way.
Yeah. Love Ryder. Good dude.
Ryder's also here, but no, it's been good. It's like I saw a lot of people
guys that when I walk into the room, we're not on the record. Like it's all good. I'm not here to work. I'm just here to go play at the Top Golf and then come down and watch y'all win. That's it. I'm not there to. They don't have to treat me with like kid gloves. They can just whatever. We're good.
Yeah, Real Wicked said he's already parlayed team unders for the entire season. $10 bet pays 82. Well, you just donated $10. I will purposely ruin your $10. All right, let's get rolling. I don't know if you saw this or not, because I know sometimes you get unplugged. Sacramento State go into the MAC for football only.
Yeah.
They have been trying to. I know we've talked about it before many times. They've been trying to do whatever they could to get in FBS. They've tried, and they got plenty of money. And I just found it was interesting that the MAC's where they found the home, right? Because you got Northern Illinois is leaving the league. All right. And so Mountain West.
Okay.
So Northern Illinois is leaving. So I guess they found his replacement. But football only, this was a caveat that I was like, yeah, because look, MAC teams are they're efficient, but they're very strict on their budgets, right? So you're adding that's guaranteed flight, right? And and the one thing that people don't realize about the MAC is a lot of those are bus leagues, right? I mean, because there's so many teams in Michigan and Ohio and all that stuff that they can bus around all those places. And not only are they coming in for football only, they are paying for all the visiting teams' flights during the conference play. I mean, dude, that's a freaking expense now.
It just shows you they were desperate to get into FBS just to have a seat at the table, even though it's a very small seat on the kid table. But it's a seat at the table, and that's what they wanted.
And they've been trying. I see Wicked Brew was talking about they phased. I know they tried to get in the Pac-12. They tried to get them all. Nobody would let them in, and they were going to pay whatever. I mean, they were going to pay entry fees, whatever. They were willing to do whatever it took to get there. And they got the funding to do it. And so, that's just interesting. But here's my thing is like, you got North Dakota State, one other one we didn't talk about last Monday. It's been out, but you got North Dakota State that's now going to the Mountain West, going to the Mountain West as well. And we got to get these, and they're football only. We got to get this conference realignment stuff. Like, this all started, and I'm blaming it on the SEC, but this all started with this Big Ten SEC expansion going to, when they started taking the Pac-12 schools, and you had Texas, Oklahoma, and all that stuff. But like, people don't understand that, like, if it's a football only, that's one thing. But I've said this till I'm blue in the face. Whenever a whether it's a break off, whether it's a realignment or whatever it is, they got to do something in this world that we're in right now and helping these conferences with travel and other sports. They have to. And I always use, because it's home, but I always use Alabama as an example. You got 4 G5 teams in Alabama in 3 different leagues. And that makes zero sense. You got Jacksonville State going all the way out to New Mexico State to play a conference game, and they can't go 60 miles down the road and play UAB or go play Troy or go play South Alabama. And you got Conference USA, you got American, and you got 2 Sunbelt schools. And they all recruit the same guys. It makes zero sense. And again, football is one thing, but when your basketball team has to load up and go, or your baseball team or whatever it is, I mean, it's gotten silly. And then now we're sitting here going, now we got Illinois going out here. We got Sac State going. Like, why couldn't Sac State get in the Mountain West? You know what I mean? And then, or the Pac-12, they wouldn't let them in or whatever it was. But like, if you're going to be there, they need to blow all this up. And particularly, I still think I'm still on team old school Pac-12, but particularly in the Group of 5 level, they're killing these budgets. I didn't have this on here, but I did this the other day. Let me see if I can pull it. I can pull it up on my deal here. Did you see where the University of Alabama released their last year's net revenues?
I heard that they did. I mean, all the SEC schools pretty much at some point do.
Yeah, so it was. I'm gonna pull this up, but like, this is Alabama, okay? This isn't South Alabama. This isn't Troy. This isn't Jacksonville State. I mean, it's freaking Alabama. And when you look at Alabama, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They have 17 sports, okay? How many of those 17 sports made money?
2.
2 of the 17. And that was football and men's basketball. Okay? Football profited $64.8 million.
Okay.
And this is Alabama.
Yeah.
All right. Basketball at Alabama, this is when they made their run. I believe they were a Final Four team on that year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's correct, yeah.
And they made $9.1 million profit.
All right.
Women's tennis lost $1 million. Men's tennis, $1 million, 1.04. Golf lost 1.3. Men's golf. Women's golf lost 1.5. Swimming and diving, 1.8, and then 2.0 for women's. Women's volleyball lost 2.2. Gymnastics, which they are one of the better gymnastics and most well-attended, like, they're actually one gymnastics team that can actually bring in revenue. They still lost $2.3 million. They brought in 1.2. Their expenses were 3.5, lost 2.3. Soccer lost 2.4. Softball, 2.5. You get it all the way down to women's basketball was dead last. They lost 4.66. So, like, when you're adding travel, flights and hotels and all that stuff, like, you're just making the gap wider. You're not – and then when you're at a South Alabama, a Troy, a Jacksonville State, a UAB, well, now you're not making the money up. Like, football is not making $64 million at UAB or Troy or South Alabama or Jacksonville State, right? And so you're widening this deficit cost. And I just don't know. And if with this, we talk about how the House settlement and rev share and all that stuff is going to bring down, and we're making it about money and running like a business. Well, hell, conference realignment is going to do that to some teams. You can't afford to send teams that far away. Does that make sense? Like, it's not just the rev share. It's everything else.
The whole model makes no sense when you evaluate it. I mean, but the square peg round hole thing. We've been talking about this for 340 some odd episodes.
Yeah, but it's just we just keep digging deeper, though. You know what I mean? Instead of, we never fix the problem. It's just like the same. Like, I feel like I'm almost like Nostradamus a little bit. Like, we've been talking about this for 300 and some episodes, and we're not the only people. Other people talk about it, but it's like, hey, check this out. We're going to do this. This team's going to be. We're going to go and we're going to play conference games in New Mexico and shit. I mean, it's like, what are we doing? The hole just keeps getting bigger. So no, I'm not even going. We didn't say we're not discussing
the light one for fun. I mean, no, we've been talking about it. We've been through boxes of matches. I mean, there are fixes, but the fixes are awfully complicated. As that's why, like, not to get on this subject, but like last week, the whole Chambliss thing when it happened, the Joey Aguiar thing that's happening right now, where it's the NCAA literally just trying to get enough ammunition to go to Congress with yet another Hail Mary. That's all it is. I mean, the NCAA knew it was losing the Trinidad Chambliss case. It knew it. There was never a moment that their legal team walked into that courthouse and thought, we might get a victory here. No, of course not. They knew better. This is
they didn't try. I mean, we're not getting into it.
No, they didn't even put up a defense, and they literally didn't try. It's why. I'm not looking at the top. It's not worth it. It's just not. Let it go. But they're hoping Congress does this for them.
Well, they had
and hey, in fairness to the NCAA, the NCAA is made up of the member institutions. The NCAA is not this evil entity. Often, no, it's made up of people from schools, so they can't follow their own rules, and so now they're trying to go to Congress to go, hey, help us do this thing, and Congress goes, hey, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but like, there's these Epstein files, and we've got this deal in Iran, and we're busy. It's not happening. So anyway,
there's a proposal, I guess, or whatever that one of the congressmen came up with. That was good. It was great, but like, they're not. And I kind of, somebody had sent it to me. I said, wake me up when it goes to the floor. You know what I mean? It's like, we keep kicking stuff around in committees, but there's no solutions. You know what I mean? It's almost like people are like meeting to meet, and there's great ideas and all that stuff, but wake me up when it goes to the floor. And like you said,
it's not getting to the floor. It's not getting to the floor anytime soon.
There's other pressing things going on in this world right now than that, right? So it's just one of those things that it is what it is. But all right, I had to bring this up. Really, I don't even know the right words I want to say. Kansas State has fired Jerome Tang following his rant on, I guess that would have been, was that Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Friday, whatever it was, Saturday, whenever it was.
I don't remember when. It was before Saturday. It was Thursday, maybe Thursday of last week. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. But and not only did they fire him, they're trying to fire him for calls. He's owed $18 million on his buyout. When I didn't see the rant. I saw that they fired him. I'm like, man, this guy gets on.
It really wasn't a rant. So that
Neal.
He was just talking, and people have gotten to where anytime anybody says something that's harsh, it's a rant. This is corporate America at its finest here. He spoke truth, Tyler. Now look,
Neal, I was expecting to have some kind of like peel back the paint, like when I went to go watch it.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, I mean, look, let's be clear. He's 1-11. If he were 11-1, he'd be in a different spot. But we've gotten to where this is why when I tell you, and I say, when people make these, this is going to get privatized, and this is going to do this, and this is going to do that, the players win at every turn. They're undefeated for a while. They haven't lost in a long time. And he said some things that hurt people's feelings. And he is an older school coach.
All he said was they don't deserve to wear this uniform.
Yep, that's
literally, and he said it calmly. He didn't yell.
No, it was not a rant. It was a statement. It was an opinion. He expressed opinion, and he said, "Hey, we're going to practice in the morning. We're going to get this fixed." I don't know that. Let me be clear. I'm not advocating for his firing at all. And maybe there's more to it. Maybe more will come out. I don't know. But I do think you're seeing this is if this were happening I think you're seeing that this is where you have to, when you're in a position of authority like a coach, you have to tread more carefully than you've ever treaded before.
Well, that's the thing with me.
There's a lot of sensitivity. And look, you're bringing in rosters full of kids. You're paying them up front. You're paying them money that they've never seen before. Hell, Andy Kennedy said something similar to this at UAB yesterday when he was talking about, he's pointing out into the room full of reporters, and he goes, a lot of these guys are making more than you guys do. He's not wrong.
Most of them.
Yet at the same time, there's an expectation of being treated like kids, like amateurs. It's why I've pushed back in the last couple of weeks, and somewhat theatrically, but somewhat serious. You and I have had some conversations privately. I'll shed some light on them. I did a show with Chase this morning where he was dancing around the word pro, and I was like, "Hey, man, why are we doing this? They're pros. If I bring you in to play basketball for my school, and I pay you." Not tuition, not room and board. I pay you cash, a salary, an agreed to salary. Then you're a pro. Man, I've never been on a show with a professional football head coach before. This is wild. Wow. That is so cool. AJ McCarron, the coach of the Birmingham Stallions, kind enough to break away just 39 days before the blowout victory over Louisville. He's right here on the show.
Yeah. My man ate a brisket quesadilla. So Neal asked earlier, he said, at the house, who's cooking, me or you? I said, I don't think AJ's ever cooked anything in his life. When was the last time you cooked a meal?
It's been a minute.
Anything.
I mean, other than on the grill.
No, like that doesn't count. I'm like,
do y'all have a grill at your place?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
One? I don't think so.
That might.
We got a gat though.
A what?
We got a pew pew. We can fire something up, but it ain't gonna be ain't gonna be food. When was the last time like you cooked like spaghetti? You never cooked spaghetti?
No, Catherine does all that.
All right. What about like chili?
No, Catherine.
So nothing in the kitchen, just grill.
Yeah. That's why she designed it. So she knows everything where everything's at.
That's what it is.
You know, she got to pick everything out, Neal. I got to design one room in the house. That's my theater upstairs. That's
earlier in the show, AJ, Tyler was saying that he's like, AJ doesn't get credit for picking out our Airbnb. Catherine did it. And my response was, wouldn't you want Catherine to do it? I mean, wouldn't that be, if you had told me, hey, AJ picked this place out, I'd be like a little concerned. If someone said, Catherine picked this place out, I'd say, okay, it's all going to be good. Everything's going to be fine. I can relax now. If you told me AJ picked this place out, AJ might have cut some corners trying to save a few bucks, and God only knows where we are. With Catherine, I probably know, hey, things are going to be survivable here.
100%.
It's just not complicated.
He's lucky I didn't pick it because we would have been in low budget for sure.
Yeah, we'd have been in one of those they charge by the hour.
Yeah.
Extended stays, you know.
Yeah, where you sleep on top of the covers.
Yeah.
After you put a cover on top of the covers.
It's with plastic sheets on top, to keep the bedbugs from coming out. Yeah, sure. That'd have been if he picked it up. So what'd you eat for lunch?
Brisket quesadilla.
Brisket quesadilla.
Hey, he missed lunch. I bought the whole staff lunch.
Oh, I got a funny with it. Hey, how about my guy right here? All right, there's a reason that like when rich people stay rich. I figured this out. All right, so earlier today, we're in the staff room. Okay. And we're trying to figure out how we're going to do this. And I said, we need more whiteboards. Okay. And so I said, hey, look, if we can't get I said, I'll buy them and I'll put them in here. And you can just go down. You can go and you can cut them. And you don't have the. It's not they'll just screw them in. But when I said, "Hey, look, I'll just buy them. I'll pay for them," he was in the room. He did one of these. He went, and then just left. He wasn't going to be caught dead. He wasn't going to pay for the $25 for the whiteboard.
No, I mean, why should he? It's not part of
Bought
his.
the whole staff lunch.
Whole staff lunch.
Does that mean I get to buy dinner? I get dinner instead?
Oh no,
No.
Card
No.
gets declined then.
No, card only works for lunch.
Yeah.
All right, so card only works for lunch. And that's messed up. Where'd you get the grease pens from?
They're on my board, on my whiteboard.
All right, we're tracking down stuff. He came in here with grease pens. I thought he found a way to find grease pens.
That was AJ McCready.
Yep.
Former Alabama quarterback, current coach of the soon-to-be champion Birmingham Stallions.
Yeah. So yeah, I could hear him. He was in there yapping on the phone. So, no, but like here's the thing where I get irritated, and I'll say this: you got a contract. If they want to fire you, you can get fired anytime. But you can't use what he said in a press conference as cause.
No, they're going to pay. He's going to get paid. They're doing that to try to make him settle somewhere.
I mean, Tom Mars.
They're trying to meet in the middle, and Tom Mars already weighed in on this, which tells me, hey, Kansas State, you might as well just write the check, fellas.
Yeah. But like here's where I get a little, but that's what that guy, he's a great human being. He's got a fan of me for life. But like he didn't really say anything, but they don't deserve to wear the uniform. And here's my college basketball hot take for you. I got a college basketball hot take as a guy here's my college basketball hot take.
Okay.
After watching it this year, and I'm a big college basketball guy.
Yeah.
I think we've reached the point to where the market has outran the talent.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
I think there are the number got so high and the market got high for like
you mean the price tag.
The price tag for players has outreached their talent level.
Well, so it's interesting you bring that up because there was an article in The Athletic, and I've had a couple of conversations with people about this who think that person was on to something. There's a belief in most basketball circles that this upcoming NBA draft in, I guess, June, July, is a loaded draft, very deep. And there's a growing belief that it is so loaded, however, that a handful of guys who in a normal draft year would go, say, 15 to 25, okay?
Yep.
That this year those same guys will go 20 to 30, maybe even first part of the second round, and that some of those guys are now looking at the college market and going, shit, I can make more money playing another year of college ball than I could if I go pro. Now, there is a risk on the other side of that, right? If you get drafted in the first round, you've got a 3-year deal. If you go to college and you get hurt or your stock collapses or you don't play well or whatever and you don't get drafted in the first round, well, you don't have to be a genius to figure it out. Well, now you don't have a 3-year deal. If you can have a 3-year deal or not have a 3-year deal, most people side on the 3-year deal. So there's a lot here, but the point is that, yes, colleges are proving that they'll pay a lot of money for college basketball. There are players who are, given their results, given the way that they're playing, their team's results are severely overpaid in this market. So, yeah, you might be onto something. Look, I mean, like there's a lot of talk in the NBA right now about expansion. And as a person who consumes the NBA, I'm against it. And when people say, why are you against it? I'm against it because right now I don't think there are enough really good NBA players to support the 30 existing NBA rosters. Why would you add 2 more rosters of bad players? And when I say bad players, I mean relative to NBA standards, right?
Let's water it down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, why do you want to water down the league. You already have a league that only has a handful of teams this year that are truly contenders, and a lot of the other teams have figured out that they want to tank, and they're tanking this year in large part because there's the belief, whether it's true or not, we'll find out over the course of time, but there's a belief that this is a draft that is loaded with impact players. And so you're seeing the colleges pay more and more and more. Like there's you've got, I know of college players that are making roughly $1 million a year that are barely contributing.
Yeah, I guess that's my thing, right? Is there's twofold here, and I think this is where you get some of the eval misses. I think this is also in line with the eval misses. Is I think just the market is the market, right? And like it's the market has you go, man, I can't believe we're paying that much for this guy or whatever it is, right? And you get stuck with mediocre players that you're paying all this money to. But again, the market is the market. But here's the probably the bigger case for me that I'm seeing, like this is kind of what it reminded me of in basketball, is the whole process, the portal is a selfish act by nature. Okay. Not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it is a selfish act of I'm going to get what's mine. And it's not a criticism. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And so in football, you got 85 guys, 105 guys on a roster, and you go pay one or two guys, 3-4 guys a lot of money, whatever it is. Well, you still got a bunch of dudes on the team that can kind of capture the room. In basketball, you got 13 guys. You get 2 or 3 bad apples, and now your percentage. It's like having a football team of 30% of turds if you got 3 bad guys. And so I think it's harder to manage the culture in basketball locker room because of the size of it. And I'm not saying they're turds, but like when he was talking about it used to mean, he said this when he talked to them, he said it used to mean something to wear this purple. They don't care about the purple anymore. They don't have that tie anymore. And so it's football, it's basketball, it's baseball, it doesn't matter. Every team goes through some kind of adversity. Okay.
So it's funny. Go ahead.
No, it's just that every team goes through some kind of adversity, and you got to have something to fall back for, and something, whether it's fight for each other or if it's a fight for the team, or pride. It used to be the uniform used to be a sense of pride for at least some on the school, right, or some on the team. Hell, it used to be a sense of pride for everybody.
Yeah.
And either you were from the state, you didn't want to go home, or that university had done so much for you that you reciprocated it and fought for them. It's not the case anymore. And so you've lost that whole element of pride factor. And it's like, hey, I'm making $2 million this year. We're 1-11. Okay, my check's still hitting at the first of the month.
Why do I care? I already got paid. Look, I didn't cover it. I was not there. I was out of pocket this past weekend. Ole Miss played Mississippi State in Oxford, lost by 12. I'll be careful how I do this because I don't want to burn somebody, but somebody around the program, not in it, but around it, said you would have watched body language and thought they were playing Toledo. Look, I've covered Ole Miss for 18 years. I've covered some really good Ole Miss basketball teams, but I've covered some bad ones. And I can remember some bad ones playing Mississippi State, and it was different. I've covered some games where Mississippi State was the bad team, and boy, they reared up and played Ole Miss. I remember specifically the year that Ole Miss went to the Sweet 16 with Marshall Henderson, Jarvis Summers, Murphy Holloway, Reginald Buckner. That team on the next to last Saturday of the regular season went to play Mississippi State, who had back then they called it RPI. It's now a net.
Yes.
Net. Their net was in the 200s, Tyler. They sucked. And they played super hard and beat Ole Miss. You don't see that anymore. Not much. Now what you get is kids that they get paid up front. They know they're going to get back in the portal. Someone else will pay them. I mean, you and I are on the same page on this, so it makes for a really bad podcast because there's no debate. This is where the lack of some sort of transfer rule, I think, has really hurt a sport. You know, I mean, now there's some continuity. I watched some games. I didn't see a lot of games. I didn't see much over the weekend at all. But you do see some teams out there where there's some continuity. You're starting to see it with Florida. They have some guys on their team, who were with that team a year ago, and they're starting to put it together again, and they're playing elite. They whipped up on Kentucky the other day, and it was kind of funny to see. Not funny. It was kind of sad to see Denzel Aberdeen, who was part of the Florida team that won the national title last year. He went to Kentucky. And I know he got a payday out of it, but you kind of wonder as he walks through the handshake line, does he regret it at all? He could have stayed at Florida and gone for a repeat, done something special. I mean, Duke won back-to-back titles back in the 90s, and people still talk about that team. You know, I mean, people talk about special teams. There's legacy that goes with when teams do something special. That Florida team with Joakim Noah and Corey Brewer and Lee Humphrey and Tarian Green. Look at me. I can name those guys. They won back-to-back titles. The Arkansas team with Scotty Thurman, Corliss Williamson. Those guys didn't even win back-to-back titles. They lost the second championship to UCLA. They beat Duke, and then they made it back to the final and lost to UCLA. People still honor those teams 30-something years later. One of my daughter's really good friends, her dad, John Ingskoff, was part of those teams. It's still something that defines him literally 30 years later. That's the part of college sports that honestly, I don't want to, because I'll be lighting my own matches, setting myself on fire here. It's the part of college sports that I worry for the fans is disappearing.
Yeah. And here's the thing, I want to add this. This is a good story or good topic on this topic, but in a different era. So I remember when I first got to Alabama, Coach had made the point, like, Alabama was already rolling, right? And he had it going on the national stage by the time I got there. And when Coach first got to Alabama, that would have been 2007, he was very heavily recruited in state. And as the brand grew much larger, he started recruiting much more on a national level. And, four of his last five losses to Auburn occurred at Jordan-Hare Stadium. And the only one that was not was the Cam Newton year, right? And so, but all the other losses were at Auburn. And so, I mean, he brought it up. He's like, hey, he goes, the problem with this game is they got a roster full of people that this game means more to them because they were growing up. And it's not a shot at them. It was just somebody we talked about was the Quanjos. The Quanjos were like national recruits, and they were from the D.C. area. When they go home, when they go home for Christmas, nobody's going to bring up the Auburn game to them. And nobody's going to say a word to them. They'll talk about whatever. But if you go home to Roanoke, Alabama, or you go home to Mobile or wherever it is, it's going to get brought up. And there was just not enough people. I mean, it was just such a national deal. It was just another game to those players. When I was at Auburn, I was a player at Auburn. And this is when you started covering the team. You'll remember this, is that whole late 90s group, the whole Terry Bowden group. Most of that team was from Georgia.
Yeah.
And so even on our own team, the Georgia game was much bigger to the players than the Alabama game.
I can remember someone in the Auburn building saying to me, one of the issues with this team, and it was a team that ended up doing really well. He said, one of the things that worries you about this team with the Alabama game being right after the Georgia game is that the Alabama game is going to be a letdown. And I went, what? And he goes, I'm just telling you, there's so many Georgia kids on this team that Georgia game is so big that if we win it, they can't stop celebrating it. And if we lose it, they can't get over it. And we got Alabama right around the corner.
When I was at Auburn, the Georgia game inside the building was much bigger than the Alabama game, which blew my mind because I'm from Anniston, Alabama, right? So it blew my mind. But it's the same deal at Alabama. It's like they got it, but the players at Auburn were playing for more than just, it was just more to it. And I think that's what we're getting.
This is the argument that I've tried to make for a while, and I don't think I've made it very well at all. I would argue that that's what makes college sports special, and in much the same way. If you think about when I was a kid, that Lakers-Celtics rivalry of the 80s. It's a great rivalry. But it was more than just Lakers-Celtics. It was Magic Bird. Kareem played all those years.
Yeah.
Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge, Kevin McHale, James Worthy, Byron Scott, Kurt Rambis. It was the same dudes going at each other for the better part of the decade. And that's what made it special, right? Like Colts Patriots. What made that special was the Colts with Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne and Edgerrin James and those guys against Tom Brady and a cast of characters that at least had some continuity to it. I think when you start getting into and college basketball is really bad about this. Like we talked about this a little bit this morning. College football avoids this some. College baseball avoids it a lot. It's one of the reasons that I think it's growing in popularity. College basketball struggles with this. There's so much turnover that fans don't know these teams. And not only that, the kids don't know what they're doing. The kids aren't involved in the rivalry. The rivalries don't mean anything, which therefore means they're no rival. That's not really a rivalry. And I don't know. I mean,
well, look at Mississippi State Ole Miss, right? It's like 5 years ago, it was such a huge rivalry. And why? Because both schools recruited primarily, their home base was the state of Mississippi.
Yeah.
And so all the key players were from the state of Mississippi.
You're talking about football.
Talking about football, yeah.
Okay.
And then, but there's something to that, right? And you look at like since when Lane took over, and he didn't recruit heavily in the state. He went more national. It became just another game from the Ole Miss standpoint, right? And I think lost to a team I thought that Ole Miss was better than one year, and that game was. I think that's why that game's the way it is. And I just think in the new era of roster building, I think you're losing that all across college athletics, much less basketball when there's only 13 players and you're flipping over rosters. But I think you're losing it in all sports. Yeah,
that rivalry specifically died off for two things happened at once. Lane went heavy portal and away from Mississippi recruiting, and Mississippi State fell completely off the map over the course of years. I mean, Lane only lost that game one time, and that was the game where you almost wonder if a higher power gave Mike Leach a win.
Yeah.
And then that was the year where that team by the end that Ole Miss team was checked out. But that was the only time that he lost that game. I mean, in fairness to him, he went 5-1 in that rivalry.
Yeah. But I think you're seeing it in basketball in real time. I guess to tie all this together.
No, I think you're seeing basketball is the one that's really being impacted. I think it's the sport that's being most impacted from yet ratings are up.
Yeah, no, I watch it. I mean, hell, my man Brock was in there watching some Criteria Club-esque games DGN games last night. So, but yeah, it's just is what it is. All right, I got a question for you since we're talking about college basketball. All right, if I asked you right now, if I gave you this bet, would you take it? If I gave you Michigan, Arizona, and Duke versus the field to win it all, would you take it?
Michigan, Arizona, and Duke versus the field.
Would you take it to win it all?
Probably not.
Really? Who do you think can beat those teams?
I think Florida can.
So I don't think I like Florida.
I think there are some Big 12 teams that are capable of going on runs. Houston, Texas Tech, Iowa State. There are some Big 10 teams that are dangerous. I don't hate a couple of SEC teams to make runs if they get the right draw, and I don't hate Tennessee making a run, especially if Amet's healthy, and I don't hate Arkansas making a run, especially if they get everybody healthy. They're so athletic when they get dialed in. I mean, so if you're offering me 8 teams that I think could go on a run and maybe make noise and win it versus 3, I probably take the 8, but it's a legitimate argument that you would make to take the 3.
I think the national champions come from one of those 3 teams.
Okay.
I don't think Florida shoots it well enough on the outside.
So I get UConn in the field too, right?
Yep.
Okay. And St. John's.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll damn near take Michigan and Arizona. I think those are the two best teams. I don't think it's particularly close. I think they end up. I think both of those teams. I mean, they'll be 1 seed. So wherever they match them up, they're probably 1 and 2 seed. But I don't. There's such a disparity, and SEC wise, I just think from a overall winning the whole damn thing, I think it's probably a competitive league, but I don't think it's anywhere in the same ballpark as it was a year ago.
So I think that the champion will. I mean, the Final Four will almost certainly come out of the top 20 in KenPom. You agree?
Yes.
All right. So the top 20 in KenPom, to your point, it's Michigan, Duke, Arizona, 1, 2, 3. Then it's Houston, Illinois, Florida, Iowa State, Purdue, Connecticut, Gonzaga. All right. Yep. So after those 10. I'm going to name 11 through 20. Tell me whether you think if they got the right draw and the stars aligned, how far could these teams make it? Ready?
Yep.
Nebraska.
Sweet 16.
Vanderbilt.
Same.
Michigan State.
I think they have a legit chance to make a run.
Okay, I do too. Louisville.
No.
Kansas.
No.
I agree. Boy, if I were an NBA team, Darren Peterson just scares the hell out of me. And yet, both ways. He scares the hell out of me like, who is this kid and what is his deal? And then sometimes you watch him play and you go, oh. Texas Tech.
Elite 8. Sweet 16, Elite 8.
When they're good.
When they're good, they're good.
I mean, and for this scenario now, this is, hey, you're playing well and the stars kind of align. Arkansas.
I think Arkansas has a chance to be the best come March or April, has a chance to be the best SEC team.
Better than Florida?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I do. I'm with you now. If you told me today, am I buying or selling Arkansas stock? I think I'm buying it for the tournament.
I love Florida. Clayton. They're missing Clayton bad.
They are, but boy, their front line is a difference maker.
They're just not the same.
And Haw is a terrific player.
They're just not the same front court that they've had, and I don't know. But I think they're beating up on SEC play that's down.
All right, 3 more. Alabama?
No.
Tennessee?
Well, insert your Tennessee basketball jokes here, right? I think that they can. Just depends on, you never know who shows up in the tournaments. They've had a long enough track history that you hold your breath.
And then Virginia's 20. They can really score now.
Yeah, but it's like.
And in case you're wondering, 21 through 30 in this is St. John's, BYU, St. Louis, Utah State, Iowa, Villanova, Kentucky, North Carolina, St. Mary's, Texas. None of those teams, especially now with BYU losing one of their key players, they're done. To
my point, I pulled up Florida's KenPom while you were talking about that. Florida is 346 in three-point shooting out of like 363.
Yeah.
Like they
probably
just
going to catch them in the tournament.
That's my point. Like in the tournament, you get somebody gets hot or whatever it is, but that's just.
But what are they on some of the rebounding stats, some of the defensive stats where they are?
Let's see. Offense. They're on offensive rebounding. They're rebounding. They're second on offense and fifth on defense. So like they're elite on that standpoint. But and when they run the floor and they just go and play, but when they're not very good on the
All right, so we didn't plan on this. Pull up Arkansas's KenPom profile. What sticks out? I'm curious.
Well, to me, I just watching them. They're getting better every week. Offensively, third in offensive turnover margin. They don't turn the ball over.
No, it's because they have a special point guard.
They're 35th in the country in three-pointing and 35th in the country in three-point shooting and 31st in two-point.
Yeah, I think they're second in the country on dunks. They have the second most dunks in the country.
Let's see if I can get to the.
Which is significant because that's a high percentage shot, and you're getting a lot of.
And they're tempo, but they're fifth overall in offensive efficiency, and effective field goal percentage 16th in the country.
Now, what about their defensive metrics? Because if it's going to get where they are,
defensively, not good in the paint, 197th. Yeah. And then perimeter, they're fine. And then they don't create a lot of turnovers. Yeah. 327th.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. So, defensively, but with the tempo, overall defensive efficiency is 43rd. But it's definitely turnovers and then rebound percentages, turnovers and rebounds.
Okay.
Not causing turnovers, not doing great on defensive boards. Those are probably the two biggest ones. But they get better to me, though. They get better every game.
Yeah, they have a game. I think they and Alabama play each other on Wednesday in a game that should be pretty interesting.
In Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, should be an interesting.
And then they got Florida on the road, and that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Late in the month. So, but I think those for me, it's Florida, Arkansas, Tennessee, and then I just kind of everybody else is kind of like ugh.
You know, Tyler, what I would recommend when you sit down to watch some of those games, man,
I need a couple of them.
Because you're going to look at it and you're going to say, I don't understand this game. Like, who are these people? You need something to provide stability. You need something to anchor you in that moment. You need something to settle you down to go, hey, change is okay, but sometimes change is best when you pair it with consistency. And there's nothing more consistent than Coors Banquet beer.
Just saying, we got a big old area for a Coors Banquet and a Diet Miller refrigerator up here if they want to shoot one down at the old UFL office. We're professional athletes too, so everybody's above 21. Just saying.
I mean,
holla at your boy.
Since 1873. 1873. Before Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Before Dean Smith and the Four Corners. Before 40 Minutes of Hell. Before Bobby Knight threw his first chair across the court. Before Ralph Sampson.
When they were shooting it in peach baskets. When they actually had to shoot in peach baskets and go get it out.
Yeah, before Pete that. Maravich. Before Wilt Chamberlain, there was Coors.
The Harlem
Globetrotters. There was Coors. Coors Banquet, brewed in the same tradition of the original 150-year-old recipe. Banquets crafted with 100% Rocky Mountain water. So when you're enjoying a banquet.
Some people say is like the birth of the granny shot was they were bending over out of the cooler to get a Coors Banquet.
I have heard.
They just threw the basketball.
I've heard the exact same thing. Well, if you've heard it and I've heard it, it's true.
It's fact.
Coors Banquet beer. Hey, I'll give you some life advice when you sit down Wednesday night to watch some basketball, Tuesday night, Wednesday night to watch some basketball. Open a Coors. Just have a Coors. Don't drive. Don't drink and drive. Be responsible. But have a Coors. Get you a designated driver. Get you an Uber. But enjoy a cold Coors responsibly. That's life advice presented by Cole Walters of State Farm Insurance. Cole, licensed in auto, home, life, health, business, and pet insurance. I was around a couple of dogs over the weekend at a couple of times that were expensive dogs. I would have insured them. The whole state of Georgia and Alabama. Contact Cole at 706-525-7850. You can also find him online. ColeWaltersInsurance.com. Hey, we're brought to you by Bank First. It's a hometown bank. People who understand the needs of their community. It means local decisions, local support, local folks who care if your kid made the team. At Bank First, they're not just bankers, they're neighbors, they're friends. Whether you're buying a home, starting a business, or you just need someone to explain what the hell APR actually means, they're right there down the street. Give Gant Boone a call, 662-310-0204 to learn more, or visit bankfirstfs.com. Bank First, Locations in Oxford, Starkville, Hattiesburg, Tuscaloosa. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Bank NMLS 454063. And we are brought to you by Outdoor Underwriters. Everybody loves the outdoors. I mean, Tyler's in Texas. They practically live outdoors. But you want to make sure your hunt club or your timberland's covered.
Just saw Buck run right in front of AT&T Stadium.
How about that? A Milwaukee buck or just a buck?
Just a buck.
Buck. I don't know if it was Giannis Antetokounmpo trying to go to the Mavericks.
That's a long way from here. That's not located where I'm at.
Yeah, you need your binoculars to see that.
I would.
Yeah.
Crystal clear from 50 yards away.
Outdoor Underwriters provides the insurance you need at a price that makes sense. Outdoor Underwriters provides liability protection for occurrences arising out of activities and operations of your hunt club, its members, guests, invitees, agents, or employees. Take comfort in blind and tree stand liability, mobile equipment liability, hunting dog liability, and more. They also provide standing timber insurance, timberland liability, prescribed burn coverage, guides and outfitters, and consulting foresters. Man, they're endorsed by the National Deer. People say, who endorses them? I get that question all the time. So I'll be out talking to someone, and they're like, "You're that guy. You host that show that's brought to you by Outdoor Underwriters, right?" And I'm like, "Yep." And they go, "Hey, who endorses them?" And I always tell them the National Deer Association, the Wild Turkey Federation, the Alabama Forest Owners Association, and the Forestry Associations of Florida, Texas, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Louisiana. And they go, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "I'm totally serious. How do I reach them?" I get it every time. How do I reach them? Simple. You can go to outdoorund.com. That works. Well, what if I don't like using the internet? What if I want to make a phone call? Okay. 866-961-4101.
Hey, a couple things before we get out of here. Not that it's going to be a giant one, but Dolphins. I don't know if you saw this today. Dolphins are tearing it down, boss. Tearing it down.
Wow.
They released Tyriq Hill, releasing some other players, trying to free up cap space. I think they're going to end up, all said and done, basically clearing out $30 million of cap space. But, brother, that's going to be a tough rebuild. Like, you're going to try to rebuild with. I'm just curious, when you get all that money now invested in Tua, and with the injuries and everything else, if you're a Dolphins fan, it's going to be. I'm afraid it's going to be. It's looking very saintish for the last few years coming up here shortly.
I mean, and in that league, there's no mercy.
No mercy.
They
don't care.
No, and look, I like Tua. Seems like a good guy. You know him. I don't. Seems like a good person. But when you make a high draft choice of a quarterback in the NFL and it doesn't work out, you pay. Yeah,
no, it's rough. It's rough. I think there's more coming too. It's just they're trying to clear it out. But hey, shout out to my guy Rob. Go ahead.
Real quick, Real Wicked Brew in the chat. We were talking about this morning about Heisman odds. Apparently, he wants me to know new Heisman odds are out. We were speculating on where Trinidad Chambliss would be now that he's been officially cleared to play. He is at 13-2, which is, of course, if you do your math, 6.5 to 1. Arch Manning is the favorite at 6-1.
You know who? There's one player
I would feel good because I said this morning, if you put a gun to my head 10 months out and said Heisman, who's in New York, I said Arch, Jermaine Smith, Trinidad, and then the guy I didn't think of that I probably would put in that mix is Dante Moore. And then
you're leaving another one out.
And then I'm not sure who's the guy I'm leaving out. Who's the obvious? I'm sorry.
The winner. Oh. So Cole can clip this from and 3 hours later. The winner.
Okay, the winner. The winner. Oh, you blew it. I was going to do a drum roll. The winner of the 2026 Heisman Trophy is
CJ Carr.
CJ Carr. There you go. Well, there's no reason to play the season. February the 16th.
No.
3:15 Central Standard Time. 4:15 Eastern Standard Time. You heard it here first.
They got him third. 15-2.
CJ
Carr.
Carr has just won the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, C.J. Carr, real deal. Be the first pick in the draft in 2 years. Real deal.
Wow. So Notre Dame wins the national title?
I haven't looked at their schedule. I will say this. I meant to say this Friday. I'm glad I waited for you here. I'm not going to look at a single roster, not the first one. I'm joking on this prediction, by the way, but it wouldn't surprise me. I actually like the guy. I cannot even get my head around people trying to do the early predictions for next year and wins, losses,
same,
all that stuff. But then again, because I know the chaos that's coming in May. It's coming, whether you like it or not. You may benefit from it. You may be the victim of it. But there's going to be mass chaos. That'll be the next.
Right.
So right now we got all these eligibility deals going on. This will be bigger than all of it may.
Okay, because there's a lot of people out there, and I'm kind of one of them right now, who's like, wait, I sort of know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? And then there's people out there that are like, what in the hell are you talking about?
So it's
very quick Cliff Notes version. What's the chaos?
Players will unenroll from their institution and enroll somewhere else, but no tampering. Obviously, nobody would tamper in this case.
No, of course not.
They just, they're like, you know what, dude? I think I need to go to Alabama, and they'll just unenroll from Texas and go to Alabama and just show up.
I got to tell you, that's the kind of stuff that feels.
The only reason we have the portal, Neal, is so you don't have to tamper. That was the reason.
I mean, I get that this is a sport that feeds off chaos. That feels like a little too far.
You think? I mean,
that
was too far.
Well, a week ago we were debating pro players. So all you have to do is you really believe this is going to happen at a high level? At a high level.
Yes, I do. I think players are going to be. I think it's going to happen. I just do. I mean, I just think it's going to be that way. I mean, it's going to happen. And there's going to be, and it's not going to take a lot of them either. It's just going to take one. Everybody's going to be like, wait a minute. Portal's closed. See what had happened was. I mean, that's what's going to happen.
But it's going to take it happening at a really high level for someone to notice it. Because we started talking about Mountain West, the MAC. For example, if some kid unenrolls from Miami of Ohio and ends up at Indiana, nobody's going to care. They should. Right. They should care, but nobody cares. But if a kid unenrolls from Tennessee and ends up at Texas, that's going to get noticed.
Yeah. And again, nobody cares either. But the other thing that there's going to be fewer, obviously it's not going to be just wide open, but JUCOs get smoked in August too. And people don't realize it. It happened last year. It'll happen again this year. Is you'll get to camp and somebody get hurt and whatever it is. And all of a sudden they'll turn around and they'll go, a player will be practicing with their junior college. Okay, like practicing, getting ready for the season, and they'll need a backup, and they'll go and pay somebody $50, $100 to dip. I mean, it's a mess, man. I mean, but again, I'm to the point to where it's such a big mess to me. I don't even know. I mean, it's chaos. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Nobody cares because the ratings are up and all that stuff, but it's not sustainable. When is enough? I'm with you. Is like, when is enough? I mean, hell, I think we're there, but like we're not. So like it's 5 minutes past enough for me. It's 15 minutes past enough for me.
I mean, Wicked Brew mentions the Forelli thing. The difference in that, I'm not defending anybody or criticizing anybody, but the difference in that is that there was still a portal period that was open.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't.
Right?
Wasn't there? I have to go. I haven't. To be fair,
he got around it, right? He unenrolled.
He did unenroll.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's like, I don't know anything about signed rev share agreements or anything. I don't know anything about all that. So, it's to me, it's like the tampering part. It goes in one ear out the other for me, just because I know it's so rampant. And I don't see things as, oh, this guy did it as opposed to this guy. Tampering is tampering to me, so it doesn't matter who does it. But yeah, I just think it'll be May will be a complete shit show because they'll get done with classes, they'll do exit meetings, they'll go home, and then agents are rampant, and it'll be what it be, and who's paying the buyout, how they're getting around it, how they're manipulating the cap, all that mess. And you get schools like I'm sure we talked about a little bit the other day with Texas Tech, talking about how they were going to get everything Texas Tech they laid out in a plan they did is completely legal. Instead of paying the players NIL, they're going to pay the school and then let Adidas do real NIL deals, just a shell game of money. Yeah. Where instead of brands paying the school, the brands pay the players, and then boosters pay the athletic department what they're losing. So it's just a shell game.
I think you will see this in the spring. I think you will see less access. This is across. I'm not talking about the program that I cover. I'm talking about in general across the board, collectively, less access than ever before. No video at all. Anyone who goes out there and tries to do a depth chart is going to be crucified,
excommunicated.
Yeah, because you don't want that to get out. I think spring football has very little life left in it as a rule. But yeah, if you're a team, the only thing you're doing with spring, because it's not about development anymore, you're a 1 year, everything's 1 year, right? If you're only thing you're doing in spring is you're trying to do enough spring to find out, okay, we need a linebacker, or we need a corner, or we need a safety, or we need a tackle, whatever the case may be. We thought this kid was going to be ready. He's not. We thought we need a little bit of depth here. It's going to be about, and if you're right, if all you got to do is get a kid to unenroll and you can get them to re-enroll, you can go out and fill your 3 or 4 or 5 vacancies real quick and you're good.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess. I mean, you know what's not a mess though, Neal?
Prime.
I'll tell you what's not a mess. Prime. That's right. Right now, if you're serious about your health and you're not looking for a mess, you're looking for something that's straightforward. You can go to getprime.com. That's GETPRYM, and you can get your kit and collect your sample at home in just a few minutes to get clear, personalized results right to your personal dashboard. No needles, no waiting rooms, no hassle. Whether you're rechecking your hormones, your energy levels, your metabolism, or just your overall wellness, Prime makes it fast, easy, and actionable. And if you need support, Prime connects you with the trusted physicians that can guide your next steps, like peptides, protocols, and real strategies to help you feel your best. It's that simple. It's that powerful. So go to getprime.com. That's GETPRYM.com. And don't forget to enter the promo code MPW. You can get 20% off of your first order. So that's right. Go to getprime.com and put your health into your own hands. We're also brought to you by the official paint and body shop of McCready and Siskey. Who is that, you may ask? It's Thompson's Paint and Body Shop, located right in the heart of Saraland, Alabama, where you get to work with a works honest, family-friendly atmosphere. They don't treat you like just some corporate chain. They treat you like family. They've been fixing up cars with care and quality and that personal touch for over 35 years. Who is that, you may ask? It's Don. It's Don Jr. and it's Matthew Thompson. So whether you get hit by a deer, like I told it Friday, I text you. So Don said that last Monday they had 16 cars brought in with getting hit by deer last Monday. 3 of them listened to the show, and one guy was actually listening to the show when he hit Bambi. I mean,
and for the record, none of those people were named Aaron Siskey.
No, not yet. I think we actually talked about this because I told Aaron the story. I think she's hit 6 deer. I think her total's at 6.
I mean, it is
she
Aaron,
said,
Aaron, I got your back, but that is an incredibly high number.
To be fair, she said, I think I'm a magnet for them. I think they just found her, and it just is what it is. So go to thompsonsbodyshop.com. You can check it out on Facebook or Thompson's Paint and Body Shop, and then give them a call. Area code 251-675. Doesn't matter where you're located. Area code 251-675-0884. And then shout out to Rob. Actually hit me up. So Derek Brown got his Super Bowl bonus from the Seahawks. Went and bought him a new RV today from County Line Campers. Let's go, Derek. Let's go, Derek. Let's go clap it up for Derek. We got his RV garage sale from County Line Campers. How about that? Let's go.
There you go. There you go.
6 deer. So you and you still got to give me your play. What you want to call your play? We got to come up with your play name.
Oh yeah, I still do.
We got practice next Monday. Yeah.
Okay. Let me do some thinking. I'll do some thinking. I've not been thinking about what play the Stallions will run.
And then you got to know: do you want it to be a trick play? Do you want it to be a game plan play? I mean, you got a lot of thinking to do.
I've come up with a name in my mind. Now I got to come up with. Do I need to? I don't have to design anything, right? I just want it to be.
No.
Okay.
I got a whole slew of plays that we can call whatever. We can call it whatever.
Okay.
Just don't get me canceled on national TV. You're worried about, I'm not even worried about the trash talk part. I'm worried about getting like FCC coming and shutting me down.
I want mine to be a trick play, and I want it to hurt. I want it to score big.
Okay.
And I have a name for it in my mind.
All right. Because I'd rather just call it a play instead of calling the formation and all that shit.
Yeah.
What's the name of the play?
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
It's just death.
Death?
Death. Yeah, I want to destroy somebody. I want to absolutely humiliate them. Death. Humiliation, destruction, death. I'm. You don't understand how much I hate Louisville right now. And I wake up.
Yeah.
I go to bed thinking about it. I wake up in the morning thinking about it. How much I hate the Louisville Kings, and I cannot wait to see them be destroyed and die.
Well, they're my coworkers in this building. I do not hate the Louisville Kings.
Listen,
they're very nice people.
I mean, I disagree completely. I don't know how anybody can look in the mirror at the beginning of the day and then at the end of the day as an employee of that I can't even say the name of that organization and put your head on the pillow and feel good about who you are as a human being.
Unbelievable. They're great people. Just right above us. They're probably right up above us right here. We could probably,
you know what they're doing right now? Instead of putting in work, trying to make their horrible franchise just slightly better than mediocre, they're probably just spying on y'all right now.
I haven't seen any Louisville Kings here today. The only people I've seen is us and then Columbus Aviators.
Then how do you know they're good people? I mean, the people in Columbus are
great people.
I mean, everybody knows the Columbus Aviators are fine, nice people. I like Rick Neuheisel. I mean, he's a nice guy. So I mean, I figured the Dallas Renegades are fine, tolerable people.
About the Houston Gamblers.
I mean, they gamble a lot. They do have great uniforms. Uniforms. So you give them that. So it's like tolerable.
Okay.
Who else we got?
Orlando Storm.
Yeah, I mean.
St. Louis Battlehawks. Dallas Renegades.
I don't really trust anybody from St. Louis.
DC Defenders.
I mean, corrupt. Right. I mean, that's what
Jordan's the quarterback now, though. Jordan's their quarterback.
Yeah, and so that takes away some of the corruption because Jordan's a good guy. We got to figure out a way to get him off that team. Onto a different team. But, I mean, you guys are the Stallions. Stallions.
Full of 3-time world champs.
I mean, we've had a country full of no kings for so long that, I mean, we're a country that was founded 250 years ago on let's get away from the king. Let's get away from the monarch. And they have the audacity to go, we're going to call ourselves the Kings. Anyway, we've been brought to you the whole show by our friends at Rain Total Body Fuel, 300 milligrams natural caffeine, BCAAs. Electrolytes, zero sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits, achieve your goals. Check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more. I don't really know what the rest of our week looks like. Tyler and I are probably going to talk about it when we go off the air here in a minute, but I won't be available Thursday, so we'll have to figure something else out. So anyway, we'll get to you. He's got practice starting next week in the afternoon, so we'll probably have to move some things around, but we will. We'll get shows to you here on McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. For Tyler, I'm Neal. Take care.